crew is here, getting set for the game roundtable segment. All right, so let's start with this one. Drake Maye, we saw a lot of it in your play breakdown. Do you think he's overwhelmed?
I don't. I think this is the sort of natural learning process for a quarterback that, if we're being real about it, is much closer to a rookie than a seasoned product. Still got to get through, I think, 5 more games to hit 16 games started. Mm-hmm. So, no, I don't think it's too much on Maye. I think it's just a lot to digest. And, you know, what does too much mean?
Right.
Like, that's the thing. It's like, do they have in too many plays? Do they have too much freedom at the line of scrimmage? Because, you know, he's not out there like Tom Brady pointing at the middle linebacker and being a maestro or something like that. So I don't exactly know really what this means. He's not gonna digest the full offense by now.
Right. Yeah, and it's tough.
Josh McDaniels was asked that this week, and he simply said no. He's like, it's not too much.
Right.
He's just a young quarterback, but he's the right guy, is what he emphasized.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we all look at this and we think, oh, Maye is already there because other guys are. No, his coaching staff was blown out. You're reprogramming this kid.
Yeah, no doubt. More TreVeyon Henderson, we spoke about that as well. I mean, he was one of the darlings of training camp, and didn't really see a lot of them. Saw a lot of Montre Morgan, but you didn't really see a lot of TreVeyon Henderson. You were at practice this week. What did you see from TreVeyon?
I mean, you saw him doing exactly what he was doing in training camp, doing well. You would expect him to get a little more reps this week, but as Gresh said earlier, this is still a rookie. Yeah. And that was his first start, so we'll see how it goes this week.
Well, and you know what? If the freaking quarterback would stop dancing around in the pocket and throw to him every once in a while, then maybe we wouldn't be sitting here saying, boy, it feels like Henderson didn't play. Right. Because he did. He got a bunch of snaps. He just didn't get the ball very much. And that's where I think people look at it and said, where was TreVeyon Henderson? Well, we gave you 2 plays where he's standing here going like this, and the quarterback's too busy Fred Astaire in the pocket tap dancing.
He turns to the run quickly.
Very quickly. Yeah. It's got to be you turn to your outlets quickly and then run. You know, a lot of these, and I brought this up the other day, if we remember when Andy Reid was in Philadelphia and he got Donovan McNabb, old Donovan McNabb would try to run out of the pocket all the time, and they almost literally like stuck him in there and said, you are not moving, you're learning to throw from the pocket. I'm not saying that it's that bad with Drake Maye, but I think they got to figure out a way to calm the feet down in the pocket. He seems manic at times.
Yeah, he does. Over to the defensive side of the ball, Morgan, no Christian Gonzalez again.
No.
Secondary struggles. It seems like last week there were a lot of big chunk plays. Geno Smith looked really good. And you got a couple really fast guys on the outside, more talent at receiver than Vegas had.
Yeah, Marcus Jones said in the locker room he understands what's on the other side of the ball, what they're facing. But again, it was Marcus Jones's and Craig Woodson's first time in that scheme together. So I think cut him a little slack, but I think it really starts with the defensive front this week.
Yeah, I agree. I think they got to get a better pass rush. They got to get hands up. They got to try to get to Tua. And here's the thing. I think with Tyreek Hill, even if you don't have burners, try to be physical with that guy.
Right.
Hit him when you can. Try to knock him off route. I think he, as we've seen on the field and off the field with this guy, he clearly can get frustrated. So go hands across America on him and force him to have to hand fight his way to get into routes and try to just frustrate that dude. If you do that, Tua and everyone else will follow because, you know, unfortunately for us, if Tyreek Hill is cooking early, that might be a problem because that offense might start rolling in Miami. But if you can frustrate him and shut him down, they'll crumble.
Yeah.
I think Miami is so mentally weak.
It does seem that way. And that's why the plan for Tua has got to be attack him, right, Morgan?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if you need an exact plan for Tua. It looks like he's regressed from previous seasons. He is 7-0 against the Pats. But I think if the Pats are strong on defense, you can frazzle Tua.
Yeah, the O-line in Miami is pretty poopy. So I think Tua is going to have some struggles this year. Think about Alabama. Think about early on in his career. That's why they try to get him those fast guys so he can get that ball out in 2 seconds and try to throw it up in the air. But, yeah, I mean, I think Mike McDaniel throws up when he looks at his offensive line.
Yeah. Could see Cole Strange this week.
You never know.
Never know. All right, guys, thank you.